Hello, and thank you for your interest in the SimCrest Cash Basis Accounting for NAV 2013. I'm Christina McBurney, and I'm here to tell you more about this add-on. Standard NAV uses the accrual basis to calculate GL balances. However, with the SimCrest Cash Basis Accounting, you're able to easily click one button to calculate your GL balances using a cash basis. It's seamlessly integrated with NAV 2013 and easy to use. Two main advantages to NAV 2013's version of Cash Basis include the ability to eliminate chosen transactions from the cash calculation and also new fields that are available to the Cash General Ledger Entries table and form that will give more information such as the posting date, source type, and document type. Now we'll take a look in more detail at Cash Basis for NAV 2013. Within the SimCrest Cash Basis, you see the menu here and you can go to Chart of Accounts, and we've added some columns. We have the standard NAV, balance at date, and net change. However, now you will see the balance at date cash and the net change cash. While all accrual postings happen in standard NAV with its standard functionality, the cash basis details are stored in separate tables, and there's links to the chart of accounts here and the account schedules to be able to view the cash and the accrual entries both. The cash tables are populated in a batch called Calculate Cash. We can go back to the cash basis menu and see the Calculate Cash button. Because the cash calculation is automated, there may be some adjustments needed. You can use the cash adjustment journal to enter any GL entries that would need to be recorded. Perhaps there may be some entries such as depreciation or accruals that you don't want included in the Calculate Cash. You can put the adjustments here in the Cash Adjustment Journal. A new form and table exists to allow the entry of any adjustments for only cash. Remember, all entries posted through the GL for accruals are automatically captured when you calculate cash. Therefore, adjustments could be needed. In order to set up the SimCrest Cash Basis, go to General Ledger Setup. From there, you'll see the Cash tab, and there are two blanks that need to be filled in. First is the Retained Earnings account. Choose the proper Retained Earnings account for calculations, as well as the Overpayment account where unapplied payments will go. Cash basis is calculated using the GL account transactions. If a vendor or customer payment is not applied to an invoice or a credit memo, that will go into the overpayment account. We recommend that you create a new GL account especially for this purpose. That way you can easily see what balances are going into that account so that you can apply those balances and then recalculate the cash. To demonstrate how cash basis works, let's take a look at the chart of accounts. I have gone into the system and posted a purchase invoice for $5,000. Now, because that purchase invoice is still open and has not been paid, the cash is not affected. So here you'll see the balance at date of $455,787. The balance at date cash is $450,787. So you can clearly see the difference between the cash basis and the accrual basis. However, if I go back and issue a payment for that invoice, note that I have a posting date of March 30th. I will now post the payment. If we go back to cash basis and look at the chart of accounts once again, you'll still note that the balance at date is $455 and the balance at date cash is $450. That's because we haven't run the function of calculate cash. We will now go here and say OK, and the system will begin taking all of the entries and applying them using the cash basis. The system will go through all the AR entries and all the AP entries and all the GL entries to ensure it captures everything that is affected by cash coming in or cash going out. The only omissions or eliminations that it will accept are those that you've put into the cash adjustment journal. Now when we go to the chart of accounts and we take a look at our balance date and balance at date cash, and we go down to the GL account that I coded my payable to, We see here that repairs and maintenance now both show on the balance at date column and the balance at date cash the same amount of $455,787. Again, the balance at date column is the accrual method. The balance at date cash column is the cash basis method. We can also go back to cash basis and take a look at our cash GL entries. By filtering by the cash posting date, which is the work date of 3/2014, you can see the entries that were affected by today's calculate cash. Once this setup has been completed and the cash adjustment journal has been populated, you're now ready to calculate cash. Click the button and say OK. Right now, it's going through all the GL, AR, and AP transactions and calculating the cash basis accounting. Once this is complete, go to Chart of Accounts, and you'll see that now the repairs and maintenance for the balance at date, which is the accrual method, is $455,787. The balance at date cash is the same, $455,787. However, if we dig a little deeper, we can see here that the $5,000 payment for the purchase invoice that I entered earlier posted to cash for the cash basis with a posting date of 3/30. However, the document date was 3/15. So if we go look at the accrual method, we'll see that the date of the invoice is 3/15/2014. So while the totals may be the same, the dates are different. I can add a date filter. If I filter by a date of 3/15, you see that the balances are $5,000 different. However, if I filter for a date of 3/30, the balances are the same. This is due to the cash basis calculating the GL balance based on when the cash was dispersed. Once Calculate Cash has been completed, it's important to go back and look at that overpayment account that we set up earlier. As you see here, under Cash Unapplied Payments, there's a balance at date cash of $25,1818. If we drill down, we find two payments there. These are payments that were not applied to the transactions. These may be AR or AP transactions. If you dig a little deeper, find which vendor or customer these payments are related to. You can then go in and apply the payments to the transactions, run Calculate Cash once again, and these amounts will disappear from this account and go to their appropriate location. With the SimCrest cash basis, you get the best of both worlds. While you can still track your chart of accounts and GL balances by the accrual method, this enables you to also capture the information using the cash basis method. You can also use account schedules and analysis by dimension, just as you could with standard nav features. Thank you for learning more about SimCrest and the SimCrest cash basis. Let's stay connected. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn, or give us a call or email. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for your interest in SimCrest. Have a great day.